October 18th, the day we've been waiting for. I am 8 days away from my amateur debut, but not just my amateur debut though. A day that I feel like could change the narrative of my life, change the trajectory of it. You see, I've been training for this fight about 11 to 10 weeks, somewhere around there. Pretty long time, and even with all my training, I could go in there and could let my flesh consume me. I could be winning the first round and I get prayerful, and then, he gets the upper hand. I could go in there and I feel the true weight of the pressure, and the crowd will just make me be off my game completely. And due to my mind being an obstacle, then my skills will be obsolete. And, worst case scenario, I could go in there and just completely get flattened out. And I had to realize, God he's already written that day. It's already been written. The result of that day is set in stone, really. And the way I think about it, all I can truly do is just go in there and just do what I do best, which is going in there with no regrets. Going in there with no regrets is a true goal, because then that means I've won the battle with myself, because that's the main battle in there. In there, I'm fighting myself, really. I'm fighting my doubts. I'm fighting my disbelief in myself. I'm fighting every voice in my head, or any person in my head that lingers in my flesh and says, Dano, you can't do it. I used to say October 18th was a day that I was gonna change my life. And now I say no. Look what it's already changed. The way I've been tapping into, a sense of delayed gratification, better in my relationship with food, getting to a place where I'm building a more dynamic skill set in my striking, just relentless work, 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, no days off. Your mind's just on it, training your body to its limits. Like, I've been training it to its limits for the last 10 to 11 weeks. I've digged into the depths of my mind, went into the deep waters, and I've really just found out what I can do for real. And that's why I say, at the end of the day, even if the worst case scenario happens in 8 days on October 18th, it's enough for me, because I know that I tried my hardest. Like, I overcome myself, and I have to realize that in this whole process of life, in this era of my life, I have to realize that where I am right now, 15-year-old Darnell will be so proud. He would probably even cry with joy, because looking at the stuff that we used to deal with, the hardships that we used to deal with, just the little things in life, just living day to day, not really having a purpose. And then now, see, this is why I say pressure is a privilege, because we're coming in there, because pressure means things are expected of you. And that in itself is a privilege, whether it's my gym, whether it's my family who are coming to the fight, whether it's my friends, or whether it's even the own standards in my own head. It's a privilege, because before, the expectations of myself were so low. Like, what were we doing at them ages? Like, at them ages, come back home, play Fortnite. Like, my whole life has changed for the better of good. And that in itself is a gift. A gift from God, that He's took me away from that. He took me away from a darker place and put me in a place where I can grow. And this is why I've been trying to spread my story, share my story, document it. This is why I'm proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone. I got out of a stage of over consuming on things like TikTok, Instagram, into lifestyles that I wanted to do, rich lifestyles, growth lifestyle. I was looking at guys like, who were already up in their life, youth guys, young black men who grew in their life. And I was just I was consuming. I'm thinking I'm consuming the right type of content. Why is it not coming to me when it's not what you consume? It's what you do for yourself. And it took until me seeing a video saying you've done enough consuming. It's time to produce. It took that to be like, whoa, this fight is an opportunity to build conviction and show my followers what I'm really trying to show. I'm trying to build an audience that can see me in a way where I'm not scared to do anything. I know the way I make my content, I know the people that need it is people like me at 15, directionless, nowhere to go, no purpose in life. You can't even see a glimpse of your life in the next 5 years. You want to build a nice life for your parents, even better life than that, when they've already gave you, but you don't know how to do it. You're finding comfort in these vices, like these short-term pleasures, and it's not enough. You do all these short-term pleasures for years and it's not enough. These are the things now. These are the things now which are truly rewarding. This whole thing of mixed martial arts, it's been an expression for me. I feel like myself when I'm doing it. I feel pleasure in when I'm doing that. Like, I feel free, and it's not something that's breaking down my body at the same time. Like, it's good, it's hard, but it's good. And that's how it is. Like, that's why I say delayed gratification. We truly have tapped into that. The small things, like, you know not surrendering to your flesh, and having a toxic relationship with food, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat greasy food today, oh, I'm gonna wake up late today, I don't really need to be doing that. Aligning myself for the greater good, knowing that this is what I need to do to achieve a specific goal. So again, I say October 18th, I used to think it was a day that would change the whole trajectory of my life, but it's already been changed. And I know I don't have a lot of followers right now with my I'm trying to post like a lot going up into the 18th of October to build my personal brand, build conviction, because there's even more content after my fight that I want to show. I really want to tap into this. I really want to create a platform where I'm giving guidance, not because I know it all, not because I'm claiming that I know it all, but I'm just trying to show you guys, because like you gotta realize there's different levels to this, and there's definitely some guys out there who are doing similar content to me, but they're at a different age in life. I'm showing you at 17 and how I'm gonna get to the next stage, and how I got out of that 2 year, from like 14, 13, how I got out of that space where I was just directionless, didn't know what to do with my life, stuck. That's why I do this, because I know someone needs that. You may be watching that and be like, that ain't me. That's cool. That's cool, but I know someone needs that. We need people that are influencing the youth, man. Influencing the youth for the greater good. This younger generation, not for normalization of vices like TikTok. TikTok is a slow killer of the mind. Social media is a slow killer of the mind, because giving children and the youth full access to internet, it's not good. It's cooking them. So I'm trying to show the other side of life, because look, I found it and I'm loving it. I'm I'm living the dream, and like I realize as of these days, I'm rich in here, and I just want to praise God for that, for real. Like, I'm rich in here and I'm happy. So all I can really say is my goals, 8 days to talk to this fight. You should just leave all the cards on the table, for real, and then just do the best I possibly can, while maintaining sportsmanship under the Lord, still maintaining the fruits of the Spirit and just being accountable. And can I build and establish my personal brand along the way? If I can get even just a little social media following, it will truly all be worth it, because that means that I went the full mile and I was able to inspire at least one person along this unique process, and I was able to let the Lord shine through me, even in a unique process like fighting. I was able to make a little impact, just a little impact. And if I can just make that little impact and I know I've made it, that's okay. And that's a win for me. And that's a feeling that nothing on October 18th can give me.